What's up, guys? lowlifespider and MailerGirl15 here.
Hello!
And we are back for the new year. This is the first games of PlayStation Plus of the year.
2016!
And these are the free games. We're going to start it off with Medal of Honor Warfighter, which you can get for free if you have a PlayStation Plus membership on the PlayStation 3.
Is this like legit Medal of Honor?
Yes, it is legit Medal of Honor.
Because it could have been a little spin-off.
No, it's not. Back in 2010, they kind of like rebooted the series. It used to be a Medal of Honor.
Yeah, it used to be Medal of Honor.
It used to be a World War II shooter, and now they kind of made it more modernized and stuff like that. And this is actually the 14th game in the series. I didn't realize that this game had that many games in it. But this is, if you like the like Call of Duty kind of games, you'll like this one. Unfortunately, this I think might be the last Medal of Honor unless they're going to reboot it again, because after this one was deemed like a critical failure, EA took it out of the rotation and said, away with you.
Does this have the multiplayer like COD?
Yes, it does.
Not just story.
Right. You can play multiplayer, you can play story, you can play it all. Next up, we have Dragon Age Origins, and it is also available on the PlayStation 3.
I love this game.
Yes, you do. You love all the Dragon Age games, but this is the first one in the series. If you've played the game like Mass Effect before, it's obviously the same thing as it's made by BioWare. You know a lot more about this game than I do. I picked a city elf, was it?
Yes.
And my city elf was about to get married, and I said, hell no, I won't go. And stuff like that.
You can also be a dwarf.
Yeah, you can be other races like
You can
human,
be a
dwarf.
human. If you're a human, you're a king. If you're a dwarf, you can be a caste, which means you're less than nothing, or you can be a noble.
You can be a forest elf too, or something like that, right?
A wood elf.
A wood elf, yes. But anyway, they all kind of like lead into the same story. They have their own little paths, but they all lead into
stories.
this. Yeah. And this game does not include any of the DLC, although you can find the Stone Prisoner DLC, which will add a golem to your party members.
You want it.
It is for free, so go ahead and go on the PlayStation Store and get that. Up next, we have Hardware Rivals, and it is available for free on the PlayStation 4.
It's a lot like Twisted Metal. Not as great, but it's a lot like Twisted Metal.
That is exactly what I thought. I'm like, great, another Twisted Metal ripoff and stuff like that. But surprisingly, this is a lot of fun, even though there is no like single player mode. It's all
There's no story.
It's all online. There's no story that I found anyway. But it is the sequel to the game Hardware Online Arena, which was one of the very first like online games for the PlayStation 2. And you can choose from one of 4 vehicles. I think there's like a dune buggy, and then like a Hummer or a Jeep, and then there's 2 tanks. And obviously the tank is the most fun because it does the most damage.
Supposedly.
At least I think so. Anyway. It probably doesn't, but that's what I think. This one is a lot of fun, and I highly recommend that you get it. And last but not least, we have Grim Fandango Remastered.
It's a really easy story, follow, go find stuff kind of game.
That it is. And you can get it for free on the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation Vita. The game was originally released in 1998 and directed by none other than Tim Schafer. You may know him from other games like Psychonauts, Day of the Tentacle, Secret of Monkey Island, and Brutal Legend, and many, many other awesome games.
It's his favorite company.
That it is.
If you couldn't tell.
They also did The Cave, too. That was a good one.
That's
okay.
nice.
Anyway, you play as Manny Calavera, who is basically a Grim Reaper in charge of selling travel packages to the dead in order to repay a debt from his previous life. Basically,
which is unknown.
Yeah, he doesn't know what he did. Basically, if you do bad things or something like that, you end up becoming a Grim Reaper and have to pay off the debt.
Or you have to walk your way.
No, that's if you did bad things and you can't afford to take the number 9 train to the 9th underworld, also known as the Land of Eternal Rest. So if you did bad things and you didn't like do bad enough things to become a Grim Reaper or something like that,
you gotta walk your butt.
You gotta walk, which actually takes 4 years from what I understand to get to the Land of Eternal Rest. But most of the time, by the time they get like halfway there, the souls have given up and they just like take up residence in another level of the underworld and pick up a job and stuff like that and make their home. So
doesn't it sound fun?
Anyways, this is one that I highly suggest you should check out. And there are also 2 other games that if you own a PlayStation Vita, you can get for free this month. They are I can't pronounce this. Nihil Umbra, I think is how you pronounce it. And Legends of War Patton as well. So go ahead and check those out if you have a PlayStation Vita. If not, never mind what I just said. And as always, see you next month.